Hi everyone. Blat is still invisible, as you can see
I,
over
I,
there.
I
I
have
can
that.
find
I have that
directions.
spell now.
um, Welcome to Starlight Society. We are a weekly Forbidden Lands game. We've got about 5 weeks left, counting today. Yes, our time is we're about halfway through our time, roughly.
Alright.
Yeah. So
So
we are a
far.
weekly game running on the Greyhawk channel. Um, so far nobody has died. Everything's been going fine.
Been pretty close a couple of times.
Yeah, a couple of times, like the time that you decided to just, attack an ogre. A friendly ogre who just wanted to
It's
cook.
it's not very often you get to like jockey an ogre.
I did not attack it. I just tried to take its headband.
Yeah.
It
We
attacked.
Me too.
Just got it really high and then tried to steal its
Oh right, I
headband.
did poison it.
I keep forgetting about that part. I keep forgetting that you made it really high. And I
Why
don't.
did I miss that session? Why?
Oh.
Good luck, probably.
Okay, so why are my sound settings all messed up and weird? There we go. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we are a weekly game playing Forbidden Lands, which has fancy covers on its hardcovers. Over here on the Greyhawk channel, audio in this is mostly provided by Sirenscape, which has really great
Oh,
audio.
that thing I forgot to start, so
Yep.
I should do that.
Let me know when you do so that I can pick off the music again so you'll hear it. Not that it's super important right now, but before we get started with the game, if we want to go ahead and introduce ourselves, I think this week we will start with Poon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who are you? What do you do?
I never know if I should talk about like who I am or who I am playing.
Both is fine. Either
right
one.
Right now, I am Punicorn, and my computer is updating, so I'm using my husband's computer. My computer is at 8%, so we'll get some updates through the night.
Just type into the chat.
Yeah, 8. This will take a while. Oh, thanks. And I'm playing Sari, who is a halfling druid who would rather be an animal than a halfling, and got yelled at and is dealing with that. Oh, and also has come close to death many times and is dealing with that. But being yelled at was worse. Yeah.
Okay. And continuing clockwise, that'll be Shauna. Sorry, I've got to deal with like license and everything, and
Yes. Hi, I'm Shauna flying Cirrus, and I am playing Skitters, the little tiefling rogue who is just basically a dirty, vicious, deadly little disaster of a baby tiefling. So was able to kill things. We're in town now, so that maybe is a little more like dangerous for her now.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Ian.
I also don't like being in town.
I'm Ian. I'm playing Sin, a half-elf hunter, and he is a dealing with his own issues, as well as being with a team for the first time in a while.
Okay. And finally, Blat.
Hi, I'm Rathi. I'm invisible. I'm a variety streamer elsewhere on Twitch. I'm playing Black, who is equally as short stuff as our resident druid, but is I'd say he tries to be more likable. He's just generally ends up being hyperactive and rude. But he's friendly. He likes halflings. maybe a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose that's the problem of eating them before befriending them.
I guess the phrase "halflings are friends, not food" doesn't really apply to goblin life.
That's his way of looking at it now.
Okay.
He has seen the light at the end of half a dozen pitchforks the first time that village of halflings found them, protecting them from wolves.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Do we kill or eat the goblin? It's like, I help him.
I don't think that halflings would ever eat a goblin.
I mean,
He
this
doesn't know that.
Most halflings, just in general.
I mean, what is a pitchfork but a large fork?
Pretty much.
Okay, thanks, Skitters. We know how you feel about food.
Fork him and eat him.
We are now in Dark Sun.
You kill him, we grill him.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Blatt's your resident sorcerer, who has just recently worked out how fire works.
Magical fire. I don't think.
Stone.
Yeah, I don't think Blatt has figured out how regular fire works, but magic fire he knows.
Oh, magic.
He just assumes all fire is created by magic.
Well, the way to make fire work before is you grab the human, grab the rock, handed them to the human, then smack them off the fire until it works.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm an alien.
Or grab a hot elf mage and stick her in the fire. Oh, shall I?
I'm an alien. I am the GM for this group of misfits. Is a kind term.
The cat wrangler.
Yes, you're about as manageable as a herd of cats.
I will take that as a compliment.
I like cats. I've got at least 2 of them. Yeah, so I mostly hang around on Twitch and Twitter, often talking about snake things and RPGs. And Forbidden Lands is a really fun RPG system.
Snakes.
It's been an interesting experience testing it out with this game. And I'm looking forward to the next 5 sessions, counting. Yeah, I may be stressing a little about how much time or how little time we've got left.
We'll be fine.
Snakes.
Yeah, mostly. Okay, so, does anybody want to recap the last session?
1, 2, 3 on it.
Okay,
almost blew us
Ian,
all
thanks
up.
for volunteering.
We found
right.
the steampunk town.
Yes.
Steampunk adjacent. You
Adjacent,
haven't
yeah.
seen any Steam-based things yet.
Okay, we found a
Rope punk based town.
Rope punk,
carpenter punk.
It's gear punk. Gear punk.
We-
Everything's just based on people manually turning cranks, and it's like wooden gears. So it's gear punk.
Mhm.
We've created a new genre.
Oh, so we're guaranteed to be able to buy gear here. Sweet.
If we have, who has money?
Yeah, who does have money in this group?
I'm adorable.
I sell my humor and crafting skills. Oh, I've got money. Woo.
I
How'd I
also
get that?
also bet.
You have money, you're paying for the drinks.
That is the most important thing here.
I was
so-
I was making drinks. I'm curious if that's actually been successful while we've been traveling yet. Because we've been
How
traveling
big
a
is
good
it?
number of days.
Making
It's
drinks in what
alcohol.
sense?
We got blind.
I had the chef talent before I started making it, so it at the very least should be decent when it finishes.
When it finishes.
It really doesn't take long to make pure alcohol.
Is this something that you're like taking with you? Or
It's really easy.
Or is
to
this
make
something back at the
alcohol
stronghold?
I might be going for a larger still, like an actual proper still at the stronghold.
okay,
But
cool.
it is if you have like potion bottles or even just like like water skins, you can make alcohol on the go.
Sure.
I'm
I
gonna
just
go
wanted
to,
to
like,
know
the
what you were doing.
gatherings and stuff like that make alcohol while they're there.
I just wanted to make
It's-
sure it was clear what you were setting up.
Yep.
So when we left off, I believe Blatt was sleeping or Skitters was sleeping.
No, I think Skitters is just like watching in town.
Okay, so Blatt was sleeping, Skitters was staying there keeping an eye out while Blatt slept.
Yes.
And then Sin and Sari had entered the town, had harassed a couple of the guards about their bows.
Sweet bows.
Harassed. I didn't harass it.
Harass is a strong term.
For this group, is it really?
He
I
complimented
prefer
their bows.
I prefer the term interrogate.
I think that
Interrogate strongly
maybe a little.
with feather dusters.
Okay, so I don't quite remember exactly where we left off. What all the two of you had done in town. Oh yes. So when we wrapped up, there was a building in the center of town where the town's council, it's essentially ruled by a democratically elected council, and the council building was actually unfolding. You see all kinds of ropes and pulley systems and gears turning as the walls essentially fold down to reveal a slightly less defensible but more ornate, kind of almost like a restaurant type layout.
That's right, they hid it at night so it just looked like this useless little pointless hamlet with guard towers.
So, Sin and Sari, is there anything as this site unfolds, as this building literally just kind of unfurls to the ground, what would you like to do?
We were we trying to like talk to the council for some reason?
We were here to see if there was safe passage to south, so that we can get our way into Castle Lotgrink.
Right.
I don't think you were heading.
Oh.
So you're all. Oh yes, you are up here. Okay. So you've got
so-
two options. You've got the option
You're
of
very
going.
quiet today again.
I am.
No, Sin is.
Oh.
What's up?
Did
quiet.
you fix those Skype settings before?
Again?
Now you're
Yep.
muted again.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's better?
For me, it's still fine.
It's
Yeah.
fine for me.
Kind of. Yes.
Is that a pop filter or a mic?
Pop filter on a mic.
Both.
There's a mic behind it. I thought you were just moving the pop filter closer. No, like, how's that gonna
Not
help?
on it.
No, I have two mics.
Okay. I don't think that's the mic that's active because you moved it all the way up to your face and nothing changed.
Okay. All right.
I'm as confused as hell.
Isn't
you
that
guys
your
hear me?
default setting? Yes, I can hear.
Yeah.
All right.
Continue.
That's a little better.
Good.
All right. So I think we were inquiring on safety to Castle Lotgrink.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. Because you essentially have two routes over the river. You can either go north and cross the bridges that this town has, which, if you're looking at the map, will bring you this way, going northwest essentially, and then you can go pretty much straight over into the forest, or you can go down south along this road and make it. There's another fork and then a village after crossing before the Lost Forest.
All right. So now it's all coming back to me. So we were asking about safety going south. We are also going in to let the guard and hopefully people in charge know that we're traveling with people who do not look like humans or halflings or half elves or elven in any way, shape, or form, to make sure, and because we're part of the Starlight Society, to allow us passage through, specifically for our companions who are not as
Pretty.
yeah,
Generally well liked or accepted in
Yeah.
normal society.
A little terrifying.
and
some might say.
also
Yes.
it was Sin's intention to talk to Sari at some point
Okay.
by him saying we're gonna we're gonna sit down and grab a drink together. So
Right. Yes. A
Yes.
drink in the morning.
yes,
Uh-huh.
there are other times to drink.
Enter the dog. Woof.
Let's see if we can be the first appointment at the council.
I look at you. I look at the recently unfolded council tent.
Tent
Are there
is a word. It's definitely more of a permanent structure.
Are there any guards that are like coming out or like in that area?
There are a couple guards standing by. Like as it kind of unfolds, there are a couple guards standing by what look to be more like somebody who kind of has more of an administrative look to them. And they seem to be standing there waiting for the building to finish settling before entering. And then on the far side, you see a team of about 4 people standing by a large set of hand cranks that were operating cranks as they lowered and unfolded the building.
Okay. Look down at Sorry. You want to talk to him?
I mean, no.
I didn't think
But-
so.
But we should.
Yeah. Hey, you!
Oh, now. Okay.
I'm gonna go over to the
Administrative nerd.
the overdressed secretary.
Okay.
This is going to be the mayor or something. You know what?
Hello,
Does this
administrative
person
nerd.
look like the person in the statue?
No.
Okay.
But as you walk over, so there are a couple of fairly tall, half-elven and human individuals. The one kind of standing closest to you that looks over whenever you yell "Hey," kind of looks over. He's shorter than the others. He's a human man. And has somewhat stunted features, a very large bulbous nose, and he just kind of looks over or looks over at you. And when he speaks, he's kind of got a gravelly, deep voice. Kind of looks over and sees. So are you actually approaching, or are you just calling out to them?
Oh yeah.
Okay. How is your? I assume your bow is stowed, right?
Yeah, it's across the back.
Okay.
Legless style.
Okay. And Poon, are you halfling form? Are you in an animal form right now?
I'll
Okay.
be a halfling. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I have a mission.
Okay. So you start making your way over, and he kind of just looks over at you, and he speaks with like when you get closer. Another thing with his voice is it seems kind of he's got a deep voice and is somewhat gravelly, but it also doesn't carry very well. So if you're not close to him, you find it a little difficult to hear him at times.
And how big is his nose? Are we talking like? Are we talking like full on giant schnoz? Are we talking like clown? Like, is it gonna be hard not to look at?
He kind of looks like maybe he had some ogre in his family line at some point.
You look at me and Blatt all the time. This is not weird. Is that not like
It's just
getting
wanted
you to
a
like
word
weirdness?
picture.
He looks like a Minecraft villager.
Okay, perfect. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, touch him until meat comes out.
Ah.
So as you're walking over, he just kind of says, "Newcomers, how can I help you?" The others
Yes.
around him, the other kind of more administrative-looking individuals, aren't paying you any mind. It's just him that's turned and paying attention to you.
Yes, we're new. Hi.
Pleasure to be in your establishment. I'm trying really hard not to look at the nose.
Okay.
Look at an eyebrow.
Oh, yeah. I imagine,
Did you
like,
say that? Did Sorry actually say that?
I think so.
Look up in the eyebrow. Hmm, pleasure to be in your establishment. Are you open? Is the
We need to talk to somebody. Important. Please.
pull out
Important.
your pull out your Starlight symbol?
Oh, yeah.
Take out our Starlight Society. Kind of like we're on official
Decoder
Starlight
rings.
Society business.
We have those.
There's Starlight Society decoder rings. Okay.
Drink your Ovaltine.
And you lot give Black shit for being the front man? Really?
I'm doing great.
He kind of looks at it and he gets a little close to it, squinting a bit. How can we help the fine folks of the Starlight Society?
Yes. We're now mercenaries for the area and passing through, and we're looking for something, and we're hoping that your fine town
Great.
knows
Great town.
great town knows something about safe passage to the south.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have you go ahead and roll.
God.
You were asking if he knows something about the South. The way you hovered the nose twice, I thought you were just saying nose out loud a couple of times because you were distracted by him.
That was
Oh, God.
gosh.
This is going great. This is going great.
Let's see.
The next over town's called Nostril Den.
Nostril. Town. Nostril.
Schnozville.
Actually, I think what I'm gonna have you do is I'm just gonna have you roll reputation alone.
Oh.
Just to see if he's got any idea of
Who are you?
Do I have any reputation? Did we all get one?
I think
so
we
you all have 1 point. And
I have
then
two.
And I think Sin
Yeah.
is two. Yep.
yeah,
Sin
Sin
has
has
two.
a
Sin is
total of
being
2
an
from
adult.
being an adult.
Being an adult.
Oh,
Wow.
yes!
My chat ended up scrolling all the way to the top because thanks, Roleplaying.
So,
Wow! You
yeah.
can't push that. So luckily
I
it
will
just
push
counts as
that.
a failure. You can't
Oh,
push
I can't
that.
push it. Perfect. Yay.
Would
He knows you,
perhaps
but
your
not for the good things.
your pride apply here?
Huh?
Let's see. What is your pride? Oh no, your pride is kind of the opposite of what reputation would be for.
Exactly.
That's the thing, though.
Okay.
Reputation
has-
covers good and bad, so maybe his reputation has preceded him, but it's not for the
Not so
good
much.
thing.
So because it was
Yeah.
just a reputation roll, like the skulls don't actually matter here. There's no consequence, especially because this isn't a pushed roll.
Really?
Mostly, I
I'm
just
surprised
wanted to
at that.
see if your reputation. I don't think that the base game actually uses reputation on its own. It actually uses that as part of a manipulation roll, but I wanted to see if your
Who are you
reputation
again?
applied here. So at the moment, they have no idea who the Starlight Society is, and it shows. So what was it exactly you had asked them?
You can provide any information on safety regarding venturing to the south.
South.
Your southern road. That is.
The roads
Not
are
the straight
most-
south. Your southernmost road.
roads mostly well maintained, somewhat well patrolled, at least as far as our coverage of it goes.
Great. And how about to the straight west?
Oh, if you just go straight west, you're gonna, and he kind of points over at the riverside. You're gonna run into the river, but our
Beyond
bridges
the
going up
river,
north will
smartass.
go west.
Big ass forest.
Yeah, no, we'll
We-
take the north one. We just like
have a pair of-
there's a forest. Yeah,
What was that? Sorry.
there's a forest.
You're
right?
looking for the lost forest. and he just kind of
Mhm,
draws his
mhm.
hand down his face. Lost Forest. Now there's. What do you have to do in the Lost Forest? Our bridges to the north can take you across safely enough. But
North.
We're looking for something that was lost
Hence the why the forest is there.
in the Lost Forest.
he just kind of stares blankly for a moment as the realization of like lost items and lost forest kind of just crosses in his mind. It almost seems like common isn't necessarily his native tongue, so he didn't catch on to that at first. And then he just kind of realizes. So you'll be going to Castle Lockring then.
Not necessarily.
Probably.
I look down at you.
I mean,
You better come inside.
yes.
Um,
We have other. Okay, you're walking away.
We walk in. See, we got inside. Everything's okay. Always talk to those who know things, not who do things. Wait.
Uh-huh.
I'm taking another drink from my flask.
I'm just assuming that you're constantly drinking from your flask.
Yeah, that's fair.
I assume Sin has to go through some sort of acclimation period to talk to like civilized people after a while. Like people in town after like dealing with like it's not just like these like little monsters.
Little monsters. That's apt.
Kind of. Walk in.
Alright. So you walk in with him. There's a bit of what looks like kind of a tavern room as you walk in, along with the rest of the area that kind of has a bit of a restaurant kind of look.
I just catch Sin's eyes.
He steps behind there and pours out a couple of drinks, one for him and one for each of you.
Oh, I thought you had like an office.
Mine's gone already.
Oh,
He just kind of glances at your empty glass and then just cautiously pours you another one and then makes a point of like showing that he is putting it away now.
can I put my hand on top of Sin's cup? Just hang on.
I pull out my flask and start opening it.
You accidentally pour a bit on her hand.
We have things that we need to ask. And right, okay. We have friends who
If you're talking about the
good
goblin and the tiefling, they can come with you.
people. Okay.
We know about the knolls up in the mountains, and your defenses suggest you defend against such creatures. We
Ew.
have friends. We travel with friends who are not like me. Not
So
like
he just kind of puts an arm on your shoulder, or a hand on your shoulder, and one of the guards that was with them, one of the guards behind him, kind of just taps on what looks like a spyglass, hanging from his shoulder.
Oh, they were watching us. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's not so much that we were watching, but
Yeah.
we saw you,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
your friends,
no, that's a good
your
idea.
friends are okay here,
Okay.
as long as none of you cause trouble. Just for all of you.
Very specific kind of trouble. Not trouble is what we will cause. So.
Thank you.
Yep, that's
Thank you.
We're just gonna go south then, I guess. On the road.
If you're headed to the Lost Forest, going Going south is certainly the slower of the routes.
How would you get there?
And right there is when he kind of takes a big drink and puts the cup down. I wouldn't. There's a reason we call it the Lost Forest and the Lost Lake.
So
The Lady of the Lake does not take well to visitors.
cool.
We'll get back to that in a minute. But
Mm-hmm.
our business of going there is on Starlight Society business, and
Yeah, I don't.
you have
You
your,
just kind of-
you have your
What
you
is
have your
the
own
Starlight Society?
If you haven't heard of them,
So,
then it's fine.
it's a
That is
long
fine.
story.
The less you know, the less the public knows, the better. About just any. I'm gonna stop talking. You guys have your own business here. We have our own. We have our own business of what we need to get done, and we were hoping to exchange just a little bit of information so that we can do our own thing with the utmost effectiveness, and we were hoping to see if you guys needed anything from traveling mercenaries. Just while
Does
we pass through.
anybody go into the forest? Like, are there
Plenty
people
of people
that are
go into
braver
the
than-
forest.
What?
Plenty of people go into the forest.
But they don't return because they're
Nobody comes
lost.
back.
Because the
Right.
lost forest.
Right. No, I'm picking up on that now. Okay. What about animals? Are there
pretty sure
like forest animals?
I'm pretty sure they're lost in there too.
Nothing has come out of the forest. At least
Because
a
of-
century.
Because it's lost. See, there's logic to this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
So-
go ahead and put a pin in that for a moment and go back over to Blatt and Skitters. As you are, as Blatt is sleeping and Skitters is what are you sitting there doing? Exactly. At the moment? Are you just kind of staring at the town? Are you?
Skidder, Platt's sleeping, right?
Yeah, Blatt is asleep at the moment.
She knows that Blatt has been.
Fire elementals, fire elementals.
He knows that Blatt's been like paying specific attention to care to what's in his bag, especially that bottle that's in there.
You know what's in it as well. I told you what I was working on.
Yep. She's gonna have a little bit of it because
Okay.
Finn won't. She's just gonna sneak and just like no one's watching. She's gonna get into that. That partially fermented alcohol, whatever the hell, whatever stuff. She's just gonna drink it.
It's kind of
I hope-
nasty.
I hope you don't wake me up.
As you're doing that, give me a scouting roll, real quick.
Okay.
Have +2 on it. It's a little bit easier.
All right. All right, I'll take that.
Okay. So you don't want to push it?
No, wait, what? Give me one What did it? Okay, I didn't roll that +2, so
Oh, okay.
that's weird.
I mean, you've
Okay.
got a success either way.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Mostly, I just wanted to know if you wanted to get any
Oh
willpower
no,
from it.
I have a lot right now.
Okay,
I should probably
cool.
use some of that.
So as you are taking a sniff of this partially fermented drink, you hear the crunch of footsteps. They're somewhat heavy footsteps. Sounds like somebody armored walking up to you. And as you look around, you see what looks like a couple of the guards from the nearby town coming up towards you. They're both carrying those strangely shaped longbows, but they've got them. They're not holding them like they're about to shoot at you or anything. Approaching you.
Skitters is going to just shake Blat awake. It's like, they got people here.
Yeah. What? Wasn't me. I didn't blow it. Huh, what? Oh, hi.
The
What?
guards are here.
What? Guards? Huh? What? But I didn't steal anything.
They get up to your camp right as you yell, "I didn't steal anything."
So, like, yes. So you have the goblin, like, Blat saying that. You have Skitters who's, like, maybe a little bit tipsy, just kind of, like, doing, like, the full, like, tooth, like, smile at them.
Okay.
Like, trying to look.
And I will, you know that whole from flat to like 90 degrees bolt, like just like sit bolt upright, as he suddenly actually mentally clicks as to what was actually like said. So it's like bolt upright, whatever covers were lying on him where he was sleeping under or whatever like that, or what was like held to him will probably like fly off him.
Okay.
At which point he'd be like, nah, good morning. Nah.
You say that more to
Hello.
Skitters or to the guards?
Anyone that's listening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, good morning.
Actually, he probably says it in Goblin.
Okay. And so both of the guards, they kind of just look at each other. Neither of them really has much of a readable expression on their face. And then they just
Black will raise a hand. You know that whole sort of like, hi.
okay. So they kind of just look around. So how much of a camp do you have set up?
We wouldn't have taken any of it down from when it was set up.
Yeah.
So there's like there'd be 2 tents still up, I guess.
2
Okay.
tents, probably like remains of a fire or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And so one of them kind of steps up closer while the other watches are back, and just says, "We're here to help you tear down and take you into town. It's not safe up here, not with the gnolls."
What? Why would we tear down the tents? Why can't we just put them away?
These are our tents.
No, I get what he's meaning. Oh my god. Oh, I'm tired. Sorry. I don't know what you meant. Tear
Sorry's
down.
not
He
here,
means
that's
he means
Skitters.
take them down. He means take them down. No, oh god. I'm sorry. Who are you?
And so the lead guard just
Tilt head.
kind of says, "We're with the town.
Oh, right.
The council sent us. You're kind of conspicuous up here."
Ah. So are the ranger and the atheling all right then?
Yes, your friends are all right.
All right, that's all right then. I'll glance down and be like, sorry for the naked. I'll pull the sort of like front of the tent back across in front of me a little bit. It's like
Perfect.
So it's literally
Yes.
it's literally just the like my head and ears sticking out of the tent. It's like, be right with you. You know, just like clothes and stuff. Yeah. And just head pops back inside like put the toggles back across, and there's obviously rummaging happening inside the tent. It's like quickly put clothes and armor back on.
Her facial expression just doesn't look like she even noticed.
So when we're done, we can just walk in.
You're coming down
Right.
with us. We're gonna help you.
She'll just start dismantling the thing and just kind of after a while just kind of like look, just
Okay.
give like these just like concerned looks to like, don't take anything.
Okay. They are genuinely helpful in helping to tear things down.
These poor guards.
Yeah, when I pop back out at the tent, I am back in full like goblin sorcerer garb, I guess.
Okay. Does Skitter
And
start
then
taking
we'll-
the tent
we'll
down before
swing my
Black comes
sword
out?
across my-
Does Skitter start taking the tent that Black's in down before he comes out?
No, she's gonna like put hers back first.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was staying in Sin's tent and Skittles was within Sorry's tent, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we're in different tents as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes a couple minutes. They help you tear everything down. And once you're ready, they're ready to escort you into the town.
Right. One thing, if they are actually observant, is when I actually come out, the last thing I do is swing a sword across my back.
Okay.
Because I do have reps specifically for that.
Okay. Yeah, at the moment they don't seem to do anything about it.
Cool.
You mostly. I'll leave it up to you how much of this impression you get, depending on how you want to think about your character's knack for picking up on things. But they seem more like they're here to escort you, more so that the villagers feel safe than for your sakes.
That's I can cover you on that one, because one of the things as we set off down, I was actually going to ask a question like that.
Okay.
So they're going to one of the first things you'd be like, so I'm Black, and that's Skitters. Who are you two?
We just work for the town. Work for the
Yeah,
council.
but you got our names, right?
Not on duty.
Unless you're not number 1 and number 4, are you? No?
On duty, we don't
Renato.
need names. We just have our positions.
So what, you're like guard number 3 and guard number 26 or something? That's a bit
Something.
rude, isn't it?
You
They don't give...
you wouldn't
don't
be
give
able to
you
pronounce
names.
our names. So these are
Yeah.
sufficient.
You realise that, like, I speak, like, 5 different languages, right? And one of them's Elvish. You ever tried to get your name around Elvish names? They're mental. Go on, give us a go then.
Sir, let's see. Because I am drawing a little bit of a blank on what skills are what on here. Alright, I dig around in too many systems, and this is frequently a problem for me.
Language in the system would
Give
be
me a no. Give me a wits roll.
Ooh. I can do that.
Skitters is just like her head's kind of like darting, like as she's walking through this town, just like looking for like places to like just dart off to if she needs to.
Okay.
Like she's just very like on edge.
Okay.
Would you
Wow.
like to push that?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Oh.
Well, got some great rolls.
Wow.
Oh my god! What's oh boy!
Bled just
So-
talks himself
How
to
are you
that.
wits?
Um,
Are you wits?
We're doing great so far, guys. Just
So, Blatt, as
Wow.
you
I still have a wit score, but barely.
so Blatt, you kind of pressure them into talking a bit more about it, and as you're talking, you kind of keep pushing for their names. At this point, I think Skitters isn't really paying attention when it happens, but one of them finally gives in and says their name, and your mind just cannot keep it in.
So
Like, you
there's
just feel
actual
Like
power
a
in their
migraine
names.
come in. Yes. You just feel a migraine come in when they say their name, and you can't retain any of what it was that they just said, other than it hurts your head a bit.
Right, Black will stop, blink twice, then blink once to the left, once to the right.
it's called winking.
Put 2 and 2 together quite obviously since given his class, and be like, oh, all right then. I'm pretty sure I don't speak that one. Shit. No, I seen drinks. Fuck me. I will. Right, he will actually turn around to Skittles and be like, "You didn't catch that, right?
Catch what?
Yeah, good. Holy shit.
What's?
I think I need another lie down after that. Shit.
Are you sick?
Yeah.
So I will give you a little bit of insight into it. It's not so much that their names. It's not so much that their names inherently hold power. It felt kind of like a true name being spoken. And I'm gonna say that the nature of the name you recognize as like it seems similar to if you've got any familiarity with elementals. It almost seems
Yes.
like an elemental name.
I can summon elementals. So
Okay, then yeah, it definitely like
Yep.
it's not a name kind of style that you recognize like what type of elemental, but it
For
is
him to
definitely
be
the
able
kind
to-
of elemental names.
for him to be able to say his name, he has to actually emit some of his element, which just draws power, and I'm the recipient of it.
A bit.
Did he even say it out loud, or did he project it to me? There's a question.
No, it was said out loud.
That's even worse. Okay. It's like, right, Black will kind of like look back at the person that actually said the name. He's like, all right, first of all, I apologize. I didn't mean to pressure you into doing that. And I deserved the headache I've got.
And they're just kind of looking at you smugly,
But-
like, told you so.
But at the same time, you have my sincere appreciation for your willingness to share that with me. And I'll take it seriously. Even though you're right. I'll give you that one. Ain't a bloody open hell I'll be able to repeat that. Not without some juice. Holy shit. All right. That way to the town, right? Yeah. I will stagger forwards alongside them for a bit
Okay.
as I try to get my get my wits back about me.
That, you know what? I'm not even gonna be mad at you for that one.
By
You're
the
not
way,
going to give me a wits point back either, are you? Dang.
No, of course not.
By the way, I didn't think I caught your name. No, I'm back.
Okay. So, let's go back over to Sin and Sorry. So you're currently, so all of that was happening kind of up
Wow.
with everything that was happening up to this point. So now you're in the city hall or city center kind of thing, talking to the man. He just mentioned the Lady of the Lake does not accept visitors. That nothing seems to come out of the forest once entering.
What can you tell us more about this Lady of the Lake?
She's been
If you
around
can.
at least as long as I've been.
And how
She's
long
been
has that
dead just as long.
And how long have you guys been around?
We've been here for, I don't know, we started out as a small fishing village, and he kind of looks around at all of the obviously like the weird gears and mechanical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Much longer than I have a name written down. Okay, much longer than Fizzle Pops, and he just kind of gestures around him like
Fizzle
this
Pop?
stuff. Yes, Fizzle Pop.
Okay.
Is that what those circle things are?
He's again now.
She calls them gears. All these
Fizzle
weird
Pop is a
contraptions.
person.
Yes, she's
Got
a
it.
gnome.
Knew it. Cody.
We hear Blatt's voice outside.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so at this point, escorted by 2 guards, Flat and Skitters walk in.
What'd you two do?
We just a little chat, made us.
Nothing. We didn't do anything.
Did they do something?
And
No.
the guard
Yeah,
that
They-
the guard that you spoke to earlier, Sin, comes in behind the group and basically just says, I thought I'd have my guards invite your friends in. So they didn't, and he kind of looks at the 2 of them and just says, they didn't freak out the villagers. And he kind of specifically looks at Black.
I want to make an insight check on that.
I will grin widely and then wince at the fact that grinning stretches my forehead, and that hurts right now.
Okay,
Can
go
I make
for
an
it, Sin.
insight roll?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll push it.
Okay. Are you gonna do like Flat did?
No, just kind of like I'm just like taking a look at his face and reading
He's
the faces
hiding it,
of,
but he's definitely in
of
pain.
people around the room.
Mhm.
See if I catch anything kind of weird.
Yeah.
They are definitely
There we go.
weird. Not necessarily in it's more that they're suspicious and wary of you. They definitely were the guard that was said that he had his guards escort Skitters and Blatt in for the sake of the villagers. Was definitely not lying about that. They all seem both a little curious and a little afraid of people being in. But at the same time,
just give them our most disarming smiles.
disarming in the sense that it'll literally have the effect of causing them to drop their weapons as they jump in fear.
Yeah, just like
No, that's me that
like,
does that.
Yeah, like Peter's like seeing like Sin and sorry, like smile at people. So she's trying to like.
Sin's not smiling. He's just like kind of like looking around.
No. Like when you talk to people, like it.
Oh yeah.
She's just like.
I can manipulate my
Uh,
face muscles to do this.
Yeah. Actually, Sin might pick up with those 2 successes. Blatt is having light sensitivity issues right now.
That's definitely true. Blatt seems to
much,
be
much more
in a little
common to,
pain.
you know, like goblins normally. You would have noticed, like, he tends not to look up during bright sunlight and stuff like that. You know, goblin. But yeah, he's having a bad light day.
I pick up the drink that the man poured me, the one that was was trying to cover.
Mhm.
I'll remove her hand. To safety then. I'll throw it back.
Just,
Okay.
oh, okay.
I'll take out the flask and toss it to Blatt.
And so the original man you were talking to kind of continues his story. The Lady of the Lake. All we know is she's been dead and something's keeping her there, and nothing goes into that forest without catching her fire.
Lady of the Lake.
She's not like just in the lake. She's in the forest.
She a ghost?
The forest was named, or the lake was named for the forest.
Lady of the forest next to the lake.
See, now that's a little bit hard to say.
But it's more correct.
Does she claim ownership?
I think you're getting a little. We know her as the Lady of the Lake. She.
Did you give her that name, or did she give her that name?
I point with an arrow. That.
Ah.
Back in the quiver.
Okay, don't do that.
And he just kind of stares at you like, why are you so worried about her name?
Name's of power, right?
I will snort amusedly and then wince. I may draw an amused, not a dirty look, but an amused look at one of the nearby guards.
Skitters is gonna just look at
that guard just kind of winks at you, Blatt.
She's gonna
Yeah.
walk out with one of them and just say, "Why are you so afraid of her? What is she? Is she a ghost? Is she a monster? What is she?"
Ghost, I
After
guess.
going-
She's. Look, all I know is what our scouts have told us and what we've picked up from stories.
So there's a lady of the lake
Legend
in the Lost
says-
Lake.
And no, Lady of the Lake lives in the forest next to the lake that was named for the lostness of the forest that the lady lives in.
And he just pours himself another drink as you're doing this, and he pulls
No, I got it that time.
a sin and he knocks it back.
Blatt the flask, please.
I will I haven't taken a drink out of it, but I'll pass it back to you. Oh, Skitters takes it from me and passes it back the looks of it. She takes a drink from me with the looks of it.
Did you like empty it?
No, it's just
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit left. Like,
All right. So, better question for I don't know your name, but hello, pleased to meet you.
Hi. Oh, not okay.
I suppose I should be less rude. I'm Black. Hello. Thank you for letting us into the village. That's really nice. Also, oh my God, the gears in here.
Right.
I'll get temporarily distracted by the gears and then be like, wait a minute, that, and pull back to him and go like, right,
I
the
knew you were
lady of
gonna
the
like
lake, the lady of the lake, has she always been there?
At least as long as we've been around here.
How long's that been?
The village has been
Years?
here for
Decades?
maybe 80 years, maybe 100. Really keep
Alright.
much record.
Do you know what race she is?
Or
She's dead.
was.
ghosts.
Or was? Yeah. Is she human?
just-
Is she an elf?
All we
Is
know
she
is
dead?
the legends say that she's a banshee. That's all we really know.
Oh.
It's not great.
Oh, well, that's
She was-
a lot worse then. All right.
She was once in
so
charge
she
of
should
the
be hundreds
castle.
of years old then.
She was the lady of the castle, and I don't know. Some say that she was cursed to watch over the place. Some say that she's bound to some kind of magic item. Some say that she's just an old vampire playing as a banshee to avoid the hunters.
Yep, that
Nobody
sounds
really
like the place we need to go to.
I look over.
You go
at
in there.
Blatt.
You go in there. You're not coming back.
Yep.
Lady
People
is
said
taking-
that when we went out to deal with the ogres too, but you know, still here.
And the warg.
And the wolves don't count. Take them on one.
The,
Wargs.
the warg. The,
What? Yeah.
the shadow warg. You know.
Oh, that thing. Oh, that thing
Yeah,
sucks.
that thing. Yeah.
It's all right. Got a trick up my sleeve for one of them. If it happens again, I'll tap my nose.
Oh.
What? Oh, sorry. sorry. Yeah,
I thought it looked better.
it does.
Oh,
No,
that
I
is-
wasn't referring to your nose. I was saying I've got something I like up my sleeve.
Something in your nose? Oh.
Nothing wrong with me nose. It's
Bartender.
a fine goblin nose.
Do I?
No, it's
He
healed.
looks
It's fine.
over at you, Sin.
Remember how you said that Lady of the
Uh-oh.
Lake? No one's gone in. No one's come out. Well, people have gone in. People haven't come out. Yeah.
Nope.
You remember how you just said that?
Yes.
Remember how I said we're part of the Starlight Society?
Yes.
Remember how we just said that?
I was here for all of it. I remember.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we've
I'm
gone
like a
two
fly
places.
trap.
Well,
Right.
we've gone two places where people have said people have gone in and haven't come out. I think we'll be fine.
Black will
That's-
look sideways at Sin. Will
It's-
look back at the bottle. Be like, "What'd you give him?"
It's what Starlight Society is what we do.
We're very good at running away.
Like
Speak for yourself.
Black will look at the guy that we're talking to and look at the bottle he's been pouring, and we'll kind of have a closer glance at it and be like, "What's in that then?"
I mean, he only did that as you
I'll
all
pass him my
started talking
glass,
at
'cause
once.
I haven't had any.
I will have a sniff at it. What's he been giving him, and how strong is it? Because Sin can usually handle his drink.
No, he hasn't been giving Sin anymore.
Just the two.
10 off, yeah.
Plus
Yeah.
what's in his flask.
He's had just a two, and he's been drinking out of his own flask, and now sounds like he's sozzled again, and that's unusual.
I mean, it's just regular whiskey.
Okay. Sin normally drinks like clean spirits, right?
No, it's whiskey.
Oh, so he drinks whiskey as well. Ah,
It's
so
all more
you've just
set
been
up.
drinking a lot then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sin for you.
Yeah. He
No.
usually see up until this point, Sin has always drank to the point where he's grumpy and retortive, but I don't think Blatt's ever seen him actually properly drunk. He drinks constantly, but not to excess.
So, Starlight Society, this is what we do.
It's what we do. You're not let me get that drunk though. What the hell? Is there anything left in there?
I'll be fine, Blatt. I'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. It's very early in the morning.
No, it's not.
Nope, it is.
Jelly enough to give me an headache. So could we possibly talk to one of your scouts? Or any of your scouts to get a better idea of the lay of the land over towards the castle and the forest and stuff?
Does
Maybe the best way to approach it for the best views and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, secret paths to the castle and stuff would be neat.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust Ian's crops on the
Audio?
camera.
Oh, sorry.
No, I think on my end I had you offset a bit.
Quick
But-
haircut.
Okay, so, what are you trying to do?
Anybody?
It was basically asking the guy if we could talk to one of his scouts. You said there was the lead scout was there or something as well, so maybe it's as much a question to him as to the main guy
Okay.
as to whether we could maybe chat to the scouts about the best approach towards the forest or known paths through it or safe sneaky ways into the castle or
So the guard standing behind this guy, the one that had the spyglass earlier, steps forward and just says, "There's no paths through there. I don't think you seem to understand. We don't maintain roads through there. We don't even maintain roads to the forest. Adventurers have
Jonathan-
come, adventurers have tried to clear it, and nobody's
we
come
never
back.
see him again. Aw.
Even Fizzlepop says she won't go anywhere near the place. Oh, and we
Fizzlepop?
just
Who's that
okay.
then?
Looks like we're still good, cams wise.
It's a
Thanks. Sorry,
gnomish
Zoom had an issue.
person.
Well, yeah, it obviously sounds like a gnomish name, but it's Fizzlepop. It's awesome, but
Fizzlepop's
Who's
the one who
Fizzlepop?
did all of this for us, and he kind of gestures at the gears and the all the different mechanical bits.
Wait, you got your own gnomish engineer?
Maybe people
She-
just go in and they go out the other side of the forest, and that's why you don't see them again.
If that forest as cursed as he says he is, they're probably all dead.
Oh yeah, they're dead. They're definitely dead.
Oh, great.
Oh no, they might not be working for the Lady of the Lake. Nah.
Wait.
If she is actually a vampire, then she might not kill them. She might just make them work for her.
So I will point out, you all get the feeling that they very much do not know exactly what she is.
Yeah.
The both the banshee thing and the vampire thing both seemed like kind of wild speculation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Right then.
It
What this sounds like is we need to get over there, get to a good spot. You need to sober out a bit, bloke. And we need to have a look and see if we can actually see her
Should
and
we
see
talk,
what's going on over there.
Should we talk to the Keebler person?
The what?
The Ke-
The who?
I knew a gnome once named Keebler. I call them Keebler people. Gnome people.
Okay, we're not going to get into how that's offensive right
Oh.
now.
Okay.
That might be good.
That'll be later.
Talk to someone who knows what's selling around here.
Where should we, if we need to sleep before we go somewhere?
Ian,
Is there
usually if people need to sleep, you go to an inn. We got an inn down
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, okay. I was getting there.
It's right down there. And he kind of so the building itself is kind of an open design now that it's unfolded and everything.
Mhm.
So he kind of just points and gestures down a street down that way a little bit, towards the west of it.
Wait, did
Nice.
you literally just unfold these buildings?
They did, and nobody got squished.
Buildings don't supposed to do that.
Well, they
buildings in
do if
one
your
place.
engineers are bloody brilliant.
It was
Oh, yeah.
It was cool.
Fizzlepop's done a lot for
see-
us.
Yeah, see, I look, halflings are awesome. Gnomes are bloody brilliant. And the illusionists are amazing. But what can you say? Short people were awesome. My lot just get a bad rep because orcs kick us about.
that is the only reason.
I haven't blown you up yet.
Yeah,
I haven't.
came close.
What? I told you all to stand back. It's not my fault you didn't stand back. Fair enough. I said it was going to go boom.
Fizzle pop. We go.
Okay, you're not gonna talk to anybody.
No, you matey, you need to get some sleep.
Eat some bread.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Yep. We believe you.
Get yourself something to eat. You said you sir said there was an inn here. I assume they sell food and stuff.
Yeah, we don't get many visitors, but occasionally
They do stew.
when trade caravans pass by, we've got enough to tide people over.
All right, so
Should be able to make
stew and
stew.
bread then, and cheese. I assume.
Yeah, pretty
Alright,
basic.
sleep.
Fish stew.
The perfect response.
Kind of gestures over at the
perfect way
river and
to
like
deal with an hangover,
most of our
yeah?
stuff here is fish.
Pointed look at Sin.
I'm fine.
Yep. And I'm tall. Right. I think we should go and get a friend seen to it. Thank you very much for letting us in here and taking care of us, and thank you very much for answering our questions. We'll try not to have my friend here trip over anybody.
Listen, if you somehow make it out of the forest, we'd be happy if you let us know what's going on in there. We got
Yeah,
the
give
knolls. We got the knolls to the east, but who knows when
Oh,
something's gonna come out of
yeah.
them forests? And if
I
something does come out of that forest,
the
it ain't
nose.
gonna be nice.
Wouldn't bother about them nose. Well, at least not as about like what, an half dozen of them causing you problems. Like the lead of an ogre, they're not going to be bothering you anymore.
We burned
Ogre.
some.
Yeah.
We haven't had any issues with ogres. There are ogres in
Oh.
those
Throw
hills?
away.
Well, you won't have now, for sure. He's dead.
He's just
Yeah.
got this very worried expression now.
I think if
You look
we
like you
make
just
it,
added 10 years to his life by mentioning an ogre.
That's appropriate.
if we make it out of the forest, it's probably because we've killed everything in it, or we're dead and we're ghosts.
That doesn't put me at ease.
Yep. We're going in.
You know, drink spirits on the way in, end up spirits on the way out. Yeah, it's the way the circle of life works, right? Nah.
That's
Just-
not the one.
He
I
just kind of
like.
mutters about damned adventurers under his breath as you presumably walk over towards the inn.
Mm-hmm.
So-
I will thank him. I will thank him again on the way out.
Okay.
Give a thumbs up to the guard that, like, was being jovial and almost blew my head off earlier
Okay,
because I actually quite like him.
cool.
And they will likely come not quiet. They will likely hear as we walk out the door and get a little bit. It's like, yeah, I like this place. There's decent folks in here, and nobody's shot me yet. So that's even better.
Not yet. Not yet.
Have you seen those blokes' bows? Those things are amazing. I want to know how to make them.
I've grabbed Sin's like sleeve or belt or something, and I'm just kind of like trying to drag
Yeah.
him toward.
I'm probably guiding the other side of him with my staff. Just anytime he like wavers away from sorry, I'm just like staff into the armpit and push him back that way again.
Yeah, I'm probably not very effective. Like I'm just kind of I'm the rudder,
Okay.
little rudder on a big boat.
So, you make your way over towards the tavern. You can see it pretty plainly. It's kind of a nondescript building. It doesn't have any of the fancy gears or folding stuff or any of that stuff. But it pales in comparison to the building that is on the opposite side of the street from it. This is a tall, kind of cylindrical building that kind of curves in and then back out.
Sexy building.
It's got all kinds of kind of like floating orbs of light that just kind of seem to rise and then fade out as new ones fade in from the bottom. And it's kind of got
We're all seeing it too.
it's kind of got what we would all see as like one of those flashing neon signs in the front that just in very, very fancy, eccentric print in hues of blue, purple, and pink. Just says Fizzle Pop's Grand Emporium.
Yes.
And
Wow.
there's no door, but there is a large lever at the front that says "Do not pull."
I love this place, and you know I'm gonna, right?
No.
I'm gonna.
No.
I don't even have to go over there. I can pull it from here.
Skitters doesn't know how
Actually,
to
more
read,
specifically,
so
it says
that's-
"Danger, do not pull."
Oh, Skitters doesn't know how to read.
No.
Blatt.
No.
The more story is like starting to freak out, the wider Blatt's grin is, and he may be like sidestepping towards it just to wind story up. He won't pull it, but he's sidestepping slightly. But I wanna.
Why? Why?
One thing at a time. Not that thing right now.
All right. Also, hey, I've got an idea. See his problem. Well, his problem, and I'll like point at Sin, who's still staggering. If we have a need, I can deal with that. Just
I'm reaching for your staff, Blatt, to kind of like. You should do it.
Like,
Oi, big guy, that's my head, not the staff.
Oh,
Did you say?
like you can make him useful again?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's enjoying his mental state right now, so it's not really an issue. But also, there's always a chance that magic can go slightly wonky.
I pat you on the head, Blatt.
I don't want to accidentally blow up the town. So
Don't blow up the town.
this place is awesome. I'm not doing that.
I don't like these
Well, yeah.
buildings.
Will you stop wobbling my staff, you crazy monkey?
Stuff.
Yeah. Right now, it's got two knobs in its end. Stop it.
I like you, Blatt. I kind of like.
pat my hat down so it's squint or something. It's like,
Yeah.
bloody hell.
If Sin is holding onto the staff and Blatt is holding onto the staff, then I'm going to grab Blatt by the scruff of the neck. And we are all going into the inn.
Okay. So you enter the inn. It's kind of dimly lit. Like I said, there's basically no one in here. Most of the people who are in this village live in the village, and right now it's not really lunchtime or anything like that. Everyone's working, so it's kind of quiet. There's a bored-looking halfling person, just kind of wiping down a glass at the counter. And
Is it
looks
still
up.
morning?
It's about early afternoon, roughly.
Okay.
They
I
kind
will
of
switch into halfling language
okay.
and be like, good afternoon. Can we have some
You
food,
go-
please?
You go sit down. Sit.
What?
Sit.
I'm more than capable of talking so...
Go sit down.
You're not me, Mom. Also, I'm hungry.
I'm gonna go stagger up to the bar. Just.
Not there.
So they kind of point at you, Sin, say, "You look like you need to sober up." They point at Blatt and Sorry. Or
Skitter's just sitting on the. It's Skitter's like crouched on one of the tables right now. Like she just like
On
just
one of the
sitting there, just
tables?
kind of like perched. Yeah.
So they point at Sorry and Blatt. Give food to you in a minute, and then they point over at
Thumbs up
Skitters,
from
and they're
Blatt.
just like, "Please get off of the table."
Chair.
That's what
She'll
chairs
kind
are
of
for,
like do that
Skits.
and just kind of like
Why did you sit?
Sit on the
Why
table.
did you
They
sit
kind
on
of
the
pause for a
table?
moment, and then they kind of lean over down underneath the bar. They grab and they pick up. And it's a little bit difficult for them given the size of the bar. The bar seems to have been made for somebody of more of a human height. But they grab something and then they step onto their stool that gets them that kind of helps them stand up higher, and they hold over another. It's kind of like a stool, but it's like it doesn't have a back, so it's a little more perch friendly for skitters.
Yep, she's gonna perch. Yep.
Black will grab it since he was walking towards the bar. He will grab it and bring it over to Skitters.
Yep, she'll just get up there and kind of perch and just
And-
kind of sit there and stare.
They look at Sorry and just say, "We don't get adventurers in here often, but
That is
Oh.
one thing you could call us, yes.
Live
if
and sucky day,
Fizzlepuffs
didn't
taught
it?
me anything, if Grant's taught me anything, it's that adventurers are an eclectic bunch. And
That is
always
not
be
polite.
prepared."
Call us.
Holy hell, that's the politest things anyone's called me in the last couple of months. And that includes this lot.
It's in goes it.
Eclectic. I like that word.
I'm already
I even-
sitting.
No, you're
I even know what it means. What about you,
I'm at the
Sin?
bar, I'm sitting down.
So they go back.
Can we have some water?
Be right with you, love.
Oh, okay.
So they go back into the back of the inn, and they come back out with 4 glasses of water. They just kind of set one down, another down, go back and get 2 more, set them down in front of you.
Black will be sitting beside Sin, looking at him, and it's probably after like at least 1 or 2 back and forths. He's like, "I'll get a challenge for you, big guy. Go on, say eclectic. I dare you. Go on, say it. Say it."
Eclectic.
And he'll go back over to Skitters. He will
Doodle.
sit down and he will sit down next to Skitters and Sorry be like, "That'll keep him busy for at least the next half hour."
So they kind of lay their hand on Sorry's shoulder and say, "I feel your pain. Well, I tried to be an adventurer myself. I know what you're going through."
Where's the rest of the party?
It'll be
compared to
here.
Where I'm sitting. Sorry.
Well, my understanding was that Sorry had come up to the bar to talk to the bartender. You're
Oh, okay.
sitting at the bar. Skitters is perched somewhere over by a table
Mm-hmm.
on the stool, and I assume Blatt is over by Skitters.
I would, if there's like any tables between where Skitters sat and where Sin and Sorry are, Black would have spun this chair, perch, whatever, over to the table next to where these guys are sitting, so that Skitter will come back over and join us at the table beside us.
Okay.
And then Black will likely have sat beside Skitters, beside Sin. Like, so we're all kind of like in the same bit.
Okay.
As Sorry is walking away from. Sorry, are you gonna walk away from the bartender?
No, I am definitely like I climbed up onto a chair at the bar and I am just
So,
Sorry.
and this halfling just has a very wide grin on their face as they're talking about all this and doing all this, and say, "I'll have your food in a moment." And you can smell already as they go back and start cooking. You can get the scent of the fish, and it smells like kind of a spicy stew being made in the back.
Oh, actually, I have chef. Can I pick out what their main spices or something are?
Sure.
I am
they
used
are-
to halfling cooking as well.
Think of 3 of the spices you like the most, and that's them.
Okay,
I have no
so-
idea about spices and stuff.
Okay,
so
so things like turmeric and other stuff.
Sure.
It'll be like what? It'll be like I like sniff at the air, turn around and go, "Wait a minute, is she using?" And I'll like rhyme off a couple of them. It's like, wow, oh, I haven't had that in ages.
you can just make up words.
What? Turmeric, holly clover, and
Do you still have-
whittleweed.
do you still
What's
have
on
that cookbook the ogre was using?
Yes.
You could prove that the words exist.
Yeah, it's like, what? You think I'm making that up? So I'll look at that. I'll look at the other halfling for support. It's like, what? Am I right? Is that what she's using?
I mean, they're in
He
the
or she?
back. They're in the back.
Oh, right, they're not here again. It's like, oh,
yeah.
when they come back out again, we'll ask them.
I don't think you're supposed to use spells in here.
What?
What you said.
Okay, so we are at the hour 30 mark. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick 5 to 10 minute break. And we will pick up with food coming out whenever we get back.
Unicorn's face.
So we will see you in a moment. We're back. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Goblin power.
Yeah, I feel very bad for Sorry right now, having to put up with everybody.
There's nothing wrong with Blatt. He's just energetic.
Okay, so it takes a little bit, but eventually the halfling comes forward. Excuse me, they're carrying a large tray that has 4 bowls of the stew, as well as some bread and refills of water.
Okay.
And they come out, they set it in front of your table. Enjoy.
Right, there's a breathe in of the aroma and then like that. I've got to ask before you go. And I'll rhyme off the 3 herbs.
She just kind of, or they just kind of nod.
See? And I'll look towards Sorry and be like, told ya!
Just
If I'll turn back to the other half and it's like, if this tastes even half as good as it smells, I'm gonna be in heaven. Having a good grumble at this since I was back in, and I'll name the halfling town.
Okay.
Yep. So this is more or less probably what happens every time she's allowed food. Is she takes the bowl, dips it into the bigger bowl, takes it up, and then just like goes underneath the table and just like curls up there and eats it there.
Okay, so Skitters is eating underneath. Who is not underneath the table is eating first.
Right. Blatt will break off a piece of bread since it looked like she missed it and hand it under the table.
She just does like the under. They just like and just grabs it.
Yoink. Yep.
Okay.
Blatt's used to this. Yeah, Blatt will dig in.
I'm letting mine cool down. It's way too hot.
Blatt, do you have hair?
No.
Blatt grows
Probably
blue
not.
hair.
Blue?
Yes, like a very bright blue hair.
I imagine I'm about to like I'm holding a spoonful to my face and blowing on it and about to eat it, and then I see the blue hair.
So what little hair? It's like if you think about goblins, like they have hair, but it's kind of like very sparse and almost.
But
like
now you've got
balding.
kind of a full head of hair, and it's very bright blue.
Oh.
What
So
did
the room.
you
So
do?
from my side of things, the room gets a bit warmer
Yeah, a little.
because my head is no longer chilled.
Blatt, what did you do?
Oh!
What's up? Ah.
What?
You're
I don't know. Must be the spices. It feels a little bit warmer in here.
thought-
I'll take a bite out of the stew or something.
Pushing
Okay.
this away from me.
I told you it was a
That's
spell.
the bread.
I told you those words were a spell.
Oh, so you've popped out now?
Hmm?
Are you visible to anyone yet?
Oh, I just popped out. Like, yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so you just see as Skitters pops out, Skitter's hair and horns are also this bright blue color.
Okay.
I will stop mid bite into bread and be like, "What the hell?"
What?
And you
I
just
don't
hear a
know what-
giggling coming from behind the bar.
I don't know what happened, but that suits you.
By the
What
way,
hap- what-
the stew
what?
tastes fantastic.
Okay.
Am I
I'm
going to
pushing-
have blue hair if I eat this stew?
I'm pushing this.
I don't know. Take a bite and find out.
Eating
I
the
wasn't
bread. That's
asking
all I'm
you.
doing.
You eat the bread, and it tastes like bread.
I'm really hungry.
And then the giggling gets harder.
I'm tired. I am
Ooh.
freaking out just a little bit.
It's likely when like
I already
you
have to
when
deal with these people.
it's when Black goes to lean forward. There's probably some of the hair flicks down, and then he'll actually catch the blue. And he went, "Wait, I got blue hair as well. Wait, I'll get hair."
You just see like Skitters like just kind of like what the she just like drops everything. She looks at the no this is like she's looking at the direction. She just bounds over there. She's gonna
Over
grab
the-
the halfling.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you jump over there and
Getters, don't kill her.
still has the halfling's same face,
Yeah.
but the rest of the body shape and everything is that of a gnome wearing very obnoxiously yellow robes, just
Yeah. Oh,
having a
Jesus.
giggly fit. right now.
Skitters.
No,
And when you
can-
jump
can-
over
that's fine.
and she sees your hair, just kind of doubles over.
Oh yeah, Skitters just like just get right over her and just like fangs. Like, what did you do? What kind of magic did you do to me? Like she's
It'll wear
mad.
off.
She's
It'll wear
mad.
off. It'll wear off.
This is what I have to deal with every day.
And she's just kind of
Yeah.
giggling and kind of like waving you away, like it'll wear off.
Yeah, Black would probably be really, really annoyed, but the food is actually as good as he was hoping it was going to be. And he's used to halflings and gnomes playing tricks. So it'll be like nom nom nom, and like he will wait to
Nom,
actually.
nom,
this
nom.
shows how much respect he
Do
has
you
for the
know?
cook. He will wait till he's finished his meal, or wait till he's finished the mouthful, and then turn around and be like, "So I assume your fizzle popped in," and he'll continue eating.
Yeah, so you just so I think just to like diffuse it, I think Skitters is gonna like just grab this gnome by like the collar, just like lift her up or lift them up over the thing.
You gotta grab them at the collar,
Yeah.
and it's just like they're always just out of reach.
Just
Blur.
blur.
I'm climbing down without my stew. I will take the bread and I'm going to the farthest table and I am just going to put my head down on the table.
Okay.
Black
Just
will
kind of,
pause.
like, hold the bread and eat with my head down on the table.
Black will pause, look across, look at the other bowl of stew, finish his, and slide the plates round.
Okay.
And will continue into Sorry's plate as well.
Flat, your hair turns green now.
And I can see it now, like floating in front of me. He's like, "Oh my god, you missed it. Sorry, you'd have ended up forest green."
It's at this point that
Yep.
I finish the bread, and I grab my glass of water and I join. Sorry. Just sitting down right next to her.
I just don't want to.
You know we're
Black.
you know we're gonna do exactly what we want. And
It's not. It's just everything.
You just see like Skitters tired of like exhausted from like trying to grab this gnome. And then she just like grabs the main serving bowl, just drags it underneath it, and just is like growling and eating. Like she's just like mad. She's mad.
Black will hand you down another chunk of bread.
So after a moment, the gnome finally manages to catch her breath. It kind of stands up and just disappears and pops right into the center of the room and just does this really large bow and just says, "Grand Fizzle Pop, the Grand Fizzle Pop, at your service."
Yep.
Was it you that made the food, or was it an happening in the back?
I made it.
You
And
made it?
when she says that, she suddenly looks like that halfling again.
Yeah. Like, well, it's bloody amazing. I love your use of, like, I'll give it a little like chef back and forward. Like, I love this, and like the way you did that, and the way you cooked this little bit here. And then he'll be like, "Wait a minute." And I assume there's some food still left on the table, like by way of like meat or something for the spell. And he'll be like, "Hold on a second. I will actually cast. I will spend a willpower point and cast sense magic, and actually have a look at the magic."
Okay. It's definitely illusion magic.
Yeah.
In like the food itself seems fine. It's more that it is kind of alchemical in nature.
Right. So it's laced with it.
Yeah, essentially. And you do get the sense like it's gonna wear off. It's just a gnome pulling a prank.
So low power. She's gone for effect as opposed to potency.
Yeah.
So it's like you'll kind of like finish the sort of like looking at it properly, and then have a look at her while the spell's still up.
Okay.
And see what sort of thing she has cast around herself.
Mostly illusion. Like even the halfling appearance seemed to have been an illusion.
Okay.
Yeah, most of what she's been doing has been illusion stuff.
Is she actually naturally wearing those big flouncy robes?
Yes.
Black's grin will widen because that was the important part.
Yeah, she is definitely wearing very just obnoxiously yellow. Like, just think of the most obnoxious shade of yellow that you could ever
Black's
see
favorite
on a
color
person.
is that obnoxious snotling green color. That robe looks amazing. Yep. But, you know, I was looking forward to meeting you before. Now I'm even more glad because, oh my goodness, that robe is amazing. Your sense of color coordination is glorious.
And with that, she
Oh.
gives another bow.
He just doesn't stop talking.
as you
Speaking
put
of stopping
together the-
talking, Sin, you are muted.
Yep.
Nope,
Still
still
muted.
can't hear
Oh
you.
no.
Have you been talking all this time and I'm just talking over you?
Let's try this. Hello.
Okay, we
There
can
we
kind
go,
of hear you.
There we
Hi.
go.
All right.
And you're loud as well, so that worked.
After
Sweet.
sorry says what she says, that he is, and it's part of who he is. This is part of who I am, and I can just drink more water. And I'm sorry for yelling at you for doing something that was part of who you were, who you are.
I mean, I deserved that, I guess. I'm not. I don't do things with others. I'm not good at being a team.
Well,
And
from
that's
hearing that from over
okay.
here, there's a yelp over from Black. He's like, well, you're part of the team now, love. Don't worry about it.
Pay no
We're all a little bit odd. Hell, one of us is eating our food under the table, eh? You like smile down at Skitters.
I ignore him a lot. Yeah.
He was in a bad mood.
What? It's starting to wear off. Look, half your hair's turning back to normal colour. It's just a prank.
I don't people either. You can tell, and I'm still drunk.
Black is loving this. If there's any more food left on the table, he will eat it.
Oh, there's still my bowl.
Oi, Sin, you want any of this, mate?
Go for it.
We have to
You
go.
want me to leave a little bit for you, just to like help soak it up, so to
He's
speak?
not gonna eat it. You just eat it. You can eat everything.
What?
Eat everything.
Not without asking, I'm not. But thank you. Yeah,
What
again.
What I'm trying to say is, you keep on being you, and you'll fall in place. Part of being a team is accepting, understanding. Take it from someone.
I
who
don't
knows.
know who I am.
You're someone who cares. You wouldn't be like this if you didn't care.
Through a mouthful. Yeah. Ew, if you were actually a mean person, I would still be here.
Flat has grown horns, by the way.
Yep. There is a sort of like, I'll put my hand down, open-handed, obviously waiting for Skitters to hand me the ball.
Actually, they're less horns and more antlers.
Sweet. Well, I can't see them, so yep. But I'll put my hand down as it and do that whole sort of like, you know, the finger scrunch as in gimme ball. And if you give me the ball, I will scoop out some more food and hand it down to you.
Look, reason why I said what I said is because I was a little frustrated as to how we were communicating. And I apologize for it being directed at you. I reach into my jacket, I pull out the flask, undo it, empty. Put it back in.
Black will actually gesture to the chair next to him if Little Miss Fizzlepop actually wants to come and join us.
Don't want to go into the forest.
Okay.
But we have to. I've always been able to just do what I wanted, what I needed, and run away and hide and I didn't know anything about the world.
Well, think about it like this: we don't do our job, there might not be this part of the world for us.
Yeah, I don't want to know that.
It sucks, doesn't it? But you do good because you are good. No, I'll
Good
leave it
thing
at
that
that.
we're doing.
Knock on the table. So, Blatt, who's your new friend?
I believe her name is Miss Fizzlepop. And she is an illusionist extraordinaire and an engineer to boot and a chef of some glorious level that I can greatly appreciate. And I'm glad you let me eat your food too, because it's glorious.
He's just got these antlers that seem to bounce with him every time he moves his head.
It's weird though. My head's got a bit heavy since I ate this bowl. It's weird.
And after you had asked, and like, she waited for Blatt to do this as well, but then Gran kind of just does her own bow again and just says, "Grand Fizzlepop, the Grand Fizzlepop, at your service. Now I hear you're all going to the forest."
Can I just have like an apple or
Just kind of snaps her fingers and an apple appears beside you.
is it a weird apple or
It's an apple.
it's okay? I don't really want to be blue.
He thinks for a moment and then snaps again. The apple disappears and a new one appears.
Okay.
Blatt will look sideways at her and mouth green.
I was thinking, yeah, it's not gonna turn her blue. It's gonna turn it another color.
I'm gonna eat it.
And it's just a normal apple.
Okay, good.
She can tell when enough is enough.
Just like, poor sorry's on her last nerve.
Poor Sorry was on her last nerve just walking into the town with us.
Her
She's
sorry
past
was
the
on-
last net. She's past the last nerve and onto other people's nerves now. She's borrowing.
borrowing nerves.
Yeah.
And then, so her face just goes from this jovial, giggly expression to kind of a more serious one. What draws you to the forest?
What do you know of the Starlight engine?
Never heard of it. Sounds
Good.
exciting, though.
Good.
There's a piece of it that we have to find, and it's at, I guess it's at the castle.
Piece of an engine. What's it look like?
It's not a sword.
It is a.
It would be the lance, the golden lance.
It's a lance.
Big pointy thing.
I don't think I heard of a lance in the forest. But that dread lady, and she kind of looks around, and then snaps her fingers again, and you just hear all of the shutters on the windows close. You're going into the forest. You need to watch out. Lady of the Lake isn't very friendly.
That's what we've heard.
So what is she then?
All we've heard.
There's a banshee. Right there. Most of them, and she kind of just gestures around, like indicating the village as a whole. Most of them don't remember. because they were too young at the time. I came here with some adventurer friends. The rest of them didn't make it. If you're going there, she's terrifying. She's like a glowy ghost, and when she screams, you don't want to hear that.
Does not.
Oh, I
making
am
me feel
sorry if
better.
I've been cutting out a bit. Let me. There we go.
So, Fizzlepop, do you have anything that could aid us in not hearing such screams? Is it
Earplugs?
He just kind of thinks for a moment, and then grabs Blatt's hands and shoves his fingers into his ears.
I'm not.
I was
putting
about to.
hands
I
in.
was about to say. Well, actually, sorry. I will say something, but I won't. You know, it's like I'll mouth the words if I'm saying it, but I won't actually say anything. You know, and I'll go. I'll start talking, and wait till I. And as my fingers are brought out of my ears, I'll actually start talking out loud again.
And
So,
Fizzlepop just kind of looks at you like, that's never happened before.
but what? When you stick your fingers in your ears, it doesn't make you stop talking. Really? That's weird. And I will grin wickedly at her. Like, more seriously, now, I was about to say, it's like, is there... When she screams, is it like... Is it a magical effect? Or is it literally just it's so loud it hurts?
I don't really remember.
'Cause if
Listen,
it's
when
a
this
magical
happened,
effect-
when I was there with my friends, whatever it was, it just knocked me out. I don't remember a thing. The next thing I know, one of my friends was carrying me, screaming and running. She didn't make it, and
But you made
I
it.
just made it to the edge of the forest. There.
how do you survive?
The one with the alcohol said that nobody's ever come back out.
They don't know. They don't
Oh.
need
Yeah,
to know.
I wouldn't tell them either.
Listen, going to the forest is, if it's something you truly have to do, if you really need this engine piece, and she kind of just looks around and like, you're sure that I can't just make one for you? Then
It's like a
just
magic
be prepared.
thing. Yeah.
They're fairly specific, actually. There's like, you know, it's like a major artifact, and it's all the bits for it are like
Oh, that kind of
lesser
engine.
artifacts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the lance is one, and he will actually gesture to the sword in his back, and he's like, and then that's one.
Listen, if you're going there, just be prepared. I can maybe help a little.
Ow.
Anything is acceptable.
So I kind of made this. I only made one. I don't know. I'm better at illusions. I'm not very good with the rest of this, but this. And she kind of hands out an amulet that she had hanging around her neck. This should help.
I'm not
protect
even
you
gonna
from
bother
this.
to try to take it first because I know one of these other chuckleheads is first.
Black sit next to her, he'll at least take it to look at it.
Okay.
I don't know how long sense magic stays up for. Concentration, I guess.
It's definitely magical. It feels like kind of a warding magic.
Is it like magical? It's a magical seal on an amulet.
Something like that. It's more like it confers. It's kind of more enchantment based. It's conferring like, excuse me, defense.
All right, sorry. Yeah, that's exactly what magical seal
There,
is.
there was a scholar who had stopped by at one point, along with some traders, and he had some knowledge of the undead. Um, he helped me to come up with something that should protect. He said she's a banshee. Said that this could help, but I wasn't able to make more of them. I keep. I'm not good at. I'm good at illusions. That's about it. Illusions and mechanical things.
That will actually have a proper look at this amulet using sense magic.
I'm good at illusions too, and I will change into I didn't think about that. I will change into a chameleon.
Okay.
Yes.
She seems delighted at it.
You can tell Black likes short. Sorry, likes sorry. He will pointedly not point out that that's transformation magic, not illusion. He will not do that.
No, but as a chameleon, I'm changing colors.
Ah.
And now you can't see me because I am the color of the table.
Still smell you though.
Flat. Like, looking closer at it, it's not really revealing much more. It's just, it's an amulet that offers some protection.
I guess magical effects, basically.
Yeah. And specifically, it's going to give you, I'll let you as players know, it's going to give you a 2 gear die bonus on attempting to resist basically magic from undead.
Oh.
Wow.
And I will let you give that out to whomever among the party most desires it.
I guess we don't know what the magic from the undead is going to attack, do we?
I mean, she said it. She mentioned that it's supposed to help protect against the ears, but as far as what stat specifically, not quite.
Yeah, no. We don't know. Yeah.
The most likely candidates are going to be endurance, which is going to be strength based, to resist, potentially move. Others might go after a different stat specifically. Kind of depends on what thing is happening.
Yeah.
I will forget that I'm a chameleon and I will try to start talking. Because I have a question for her that I just thought of, but instead I'm just like
Sonic damage. If it's Sonic itself, will likely do Wit's agility damage depending on how they target you. So yeah, Cass has it right on.
And then she also says, I can also, one of those bows that I made. I could give you one of those. I have one in the workshop that none of the guards have practiced with yet.
yeah, Sin wants that.
Let's give it to him.
He wants that.
Would any of your like bowyers be willing to like show how those things are made?
I don't have time to take on an apprentice right now, sorry, but I can help out.
Oh
but
no, I'm already a bowyer. I was just wondering how they were put together.
It's more complicated than just a regular bow because it's got some of the mechanical bits. But what I can do, I can get you that. But if you're gonna take this amulet and one of these bows, if you find my friends, they all have. I made this amulet, and she kind of turns it around and shows a symbol on the back.
Mm-hmm.
We all had one like this, and I just made this amulet out of that. If you find my friends, give them a proper burial. They don't deserve to be lost in the forest like that.
Black's ears droop slightly.
We can't hear you. Oh, it's because of the. Okay.
Yeah. He's a chameleon.
Black will actually like glance towards. Sorry, it's like we don't speak animal, love. You have to pop back out again.
Right. Thank you.
Black has a slightly sad smile. He's definitely his energeticness is depleting slightly.
I am definitely not going to hug her now that I am a halfling. So, okay, you were I like animals. And you do what are there animals that live in the forest at all? Or I mean there has to be, right?
They weren't alive. The lady has bound some hounds, but if you like wolves that have their rib cages out, I guess.
Wait, so like the entire forest is like dead?
Yeah, there's nothing alive in there. Even when you when you go in, when you look at it from the outside, it looks thick and dense, but when you're inside, all there is fog and dead trees, dead brush everywhere. It's not a very happy place. And if you get to the castle, that castle is, and she kind of just shivers, like she can't bring herself to talk about the castle.
All right, can I make a counter offer and say that yeah, regardless of what happens, if we find your friends, we'll do good by them. All right, if we can, we'll bring what we can back.
It's been a long time. They're probably not in a state that can just be brought back. Especially not in that, and not in there.
They're undead.
Well, if they're, oh, I was trying not to be that. If they're undead, then it means the bits are still active. If we manage to take them down and put them to rest, what's left of them will still be there. We can bring it out, and in theory, you take them to the right cleric, and they can ask them if they want to come back, and if they do, they can bring them back. You just have to talk to a powerful enough cleric.
Yeah.
Hell, the clerics of Pelor will do that.
Let's maybe just
But regardless, that like if we can do goodbye, we can. However, you were talking about like you couldn't make more of these because like that type of magic's not your thing. It's my thing. That's what I do. And the magic you've got in this, I'm pretty sure I've got what's needed. If you can make the magical vessel to imbue them in, I can do the imbuing.
It'll take a couple of days, but I can try.
Days we have.
Ian, we can't hear you.
Because from what I can see in this, and he will look at sorry, it's like from what this looks like, this is a slightly different version. It basically looks like an imbued magical seal lab. Magical seal we can do.
that makes sense.
It's slightly different, admittedly. So whatever this other chap did, yeah.
So I just thought of Sorry can become a magical seal.
Oh.
I am glad you made that joke now because that makes two of us.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
I applaud you.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up. Anyway, I really don't think we have days.
She's been there for like how many 100 years? What's a day gonna do?
No. Well, maybe they do, but... And I point to your sword.
Yeah.
Do we?
Well, so long as we have that, we have as many days as it takes. As long as they don't have it,
And more days for other things and other people to find it.
and they're gonna have to deal with her without any protections.
Or deal with us.
Maybe they'll weaken her. Maybe they'll distract her. Maybe we should wait. We should wait. We should wait. We should
I don't
wait
like.
until
I
she-
don't like waiting any more than you do.
Wait,
But
maybe who will?
Hmm?
When you say maybe they'll distract her, who?
Anybody else? That's
anybody
looking
else
for
that's
the
looking
land?
for these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That said, while we're out looking for them, society's like building up defenses back there. It's like I left some plans and stuff like that behind for like, stuff.
Which is not to say that this is not society. This is very society. It's a very nice village.
Yes.
They've been
What?
all right.
There's a sudden ding as to what you're meaning from that statement. What's that
They've
called?
welcomed
Starlight
me,
instead of society. Yeah.
I've tried to help.
What was that?
They've welcomed me, and I've tried to help them in return.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? Waiting here? Waiting for things? Or we're gonna go?
Well, I can protect myself with magical seal. I think I can protect others if we have time. Sorry can do it as well. So I think this should go to either Sin or you, Skitters.
That's suited for someone who can be quiet. And
Okay, I
get
can.
ahead.
Might be more dangerous. Get close. So I guess maybe that's.
So maybe even if we can, how long do you think it'll take to make even one more?
I don't know. Maybe I can make an amulet that can hold the magic. It'll just take maybe 2 days. I don't know how long it'll take you to prepare the magic, though.
I could cast it while we're eating dinner.
Okay.
You give me a vessel I can put it into, and your vessel locks it in place. We're done. Since that quote unquote, that's sort of out of character, since that seems to be how you're dealing with magic items, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. Okay. So is that what you want to do then? Go ahead and take a couple of days.
Actually-
for...
As he's sitting, there's a sudden things that actually, we're gonna have to scout out the forest anyway. We're gonna have to want a better look at it and see what we're gonna have to deal with, and that could take a couple of days. What do you say,
Oh.
Sin?
Hmm.
You and Skitters do a little bit of scouting and actually go out and have a good solid look around there. Or we all do. We go out and have a look, and then we make sure we come back in time. And
If they
our
say
lovely new friend here will have something waiting for us.
if they say she's as territorial as they say she is, anything in
I
the
think-
anything in the forest will.
Don't go into the forest. If you go into the forest, she'll know.
Oh
And
yeah,
she'll
we don't
come.
have to go into it, but that's where certain of us, and I'll look at sorry, have the ability to say over long distances and stuff. And he'll give you a little elbow nudge.
We can give it the wolf treatment. We did a similar thing when we were
Yeah,
tasked with the war.
we have a good look at what's going on. Scouting.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. I can just do that from here.
It's a long way to fly.
Oh, I don't have to fly. I just look.
Yep. But your ability to do it from all the way up there.
What's your range on that?
Horizon to horizon.
Everything.
Yeah, it's an insane ability. It's amazing.
Oh gosh. So I'm looking at the map right now, and I'm trying to think what would be the best. I'm trying to think how far that horizon to horizon is, as far as hexes is concerned.
I mean, for the most part, it's kind of the only concern really is obstructing terrain of some sort.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is why I go up to do it.
So it's
Okay.
like, how many hexes can you see? It's like as many hexes as there's not stuff in the way.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay.
It becomes an issue depending on whether you're a flat earther or not.
Should we just maybe skip for it? What are we gonna do? Anything with those next 2 days, or however long it's gonna take? Or are you just
Actually, question for Cass and
Mhm.
Story and character Cass for mechanics. When she does her long or far sight or long sight or whatever it is she restricted by her ability to see in darkness?
Yeah, the ability to see in darkness or not would definitely apply.
Okay,
Do
so
it
the
during the
ability to give her dark sight then would be crazy.
I mean, it could be good if you're looking at night. Yeah.
Yep, because since I picked up Path of Darkness and Light, what are the abilities in that? It's dark vision.
So before we get to that, so is your plan then to just stay and then Sorry looks out, or are you actually having Sin and Skitters go scout the area outside of the forest, or both, or what are you gonna do?
I think it's probably just fine to just do Sorry. I think because we're not gonna.
Okay.
For the start, I'd say for the start at least, because Story will be able to see, unless there's something weird, she'll be able to see everything from whatever that town is, down to the southwest of us, all the way up to the forest and maybe further in, depending on how big the castle is, because we don't know. All the way up to like the lake and whatever that little church village or whatever it is up the northwest, because that all looks like open terrain in between us and there.
Okay.
If you can see all of that, then that would give us maybe an option or maybe insight into where some ground-related scouting might be useful, if at all, even without going into the forest.
I don't think it's useful to go to the forest until we have everything. Like,
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and just cover looking at the area of the forest first. So, Sorry, as you kind of fly up and you circle around in this town a bit and you get good glimpses into the forest. So you notice looking into the trees, it's kind of preternaturally dark. Like something like there is it's kind of mist-like, but almost like a mist of darkness surrounding pretty much everything within like maybe 5 feet of the tree line.
Do not like.
You do see a large slate gray, bleak-looking castle in the center of the woods, and the dark mist kind of seems to not surround that. So there's this clearing. There's a bunch of dead trees around it, and you can actually see from one of the towers a faint blue light. Just kind of fades in and out every now and then as you look at it. As far as the surrounding lands, so the village to the southwest of you mostly just kind of seems like a pretty regular village. For the most part, you just kind of see people going about their lives. They're not doing a whole lot. To the northwest, up by the Lost Lake, there's an abandoned, like it is a very clearly abandoned village. It looks like it's been abandoned for some time.
So it's run down, falling to bits, moss growing over things.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not
even
dead.
Even the trails,
it's abandoned, not dead.
Even even the trails and the dirt roads in the village are overgrown at this point.
Okay. But does the overgrowth look like alive?
Yeah.
Like the greenery all looks fine?
Yeah, it looks natural up there.
Okay. Do the trees in the forest look like they've died of natural causes, or do they look like the life like sucked out of them?
Is it beetle kill?
So the trees themselves in the forest look like very dark pine. The dead trees in the clearing around the castle, where the mist is not touching, they kind of look like ancient petrified wood.
Does the stonework of the castle seem to be untouched by that kind of
The castle,
decay?
it's kind of bleak and dreary, but it does otherwise look untouched by time.
Okay, almost like like Ravenlofty.
Maybe, if
Okay.
you want to get meta.
I'm just thinking like from like a player standpoint. I'm trying to like picture it in my
Yeah,
head.
yeah. It's like it's dark gray stone. It looks fairly freshly cut and stuff.
Mhm.
But
Does
at the
the
same
light-
time, it looks gloomy.
Does the
Okay.
light at the top of one of the towers look like a grail-shaped beacon?
No.
Okay.
It's more that occasionally you just notice the like one circle around you'll see kind of what looks like a dim bluish light. Another circle around it won't be there, and then it'll be back.
What about the lake?
The lake,
I
The-
assume there's no boats.
yeah, there's no boats. It doesn't look like anybody's on the lake. It's kind of got dark water. And at least as far as you can see, the water seems completely still.
Creepy.
Okay.
Even the wind, which you can see kind of blowing on somewhat nearby trees, just doesn't seem to be causing any disturbance to the water.
So creepy Loch Ness Lake, perfect.
Hashtag wrong. Feels wrong.
The times I wish I was a paladin.
Mm.
Do we get anything from this? So the blue light came from the actual castle, right?
Mhm.
Do we
Was
get
within
anything
the castle.
from this little tower, like scout tower down here?
I'm assuming you're talking about this one here.
Yeah.
It just kind of looks like an abandoned watchtower.
Okay.
Mhm.
So like an outpost.
Yeah.
All right.
Unlike the castle, like its stone does show the ravages of time.
So
Okay.
we're,
I know where we need to go. It's in the forest.
All right.
question is, are we gonna go through the lake or are we gonna go straight in?
Just go straight in, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will.
Oh.
I'll be a little generous about this and say that as far as the lake goes, you did also see kind of some rough docks to the northwest, to the north of the castle that seem to be worn down with time.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, with the takes about 2 days to just make one. But does anybody in the meantime go to Fizzlepop's Grand Emporium?
Oh hell yes!
So when you
I'd
pull,
likely ask her about it. Yeah.
okay, so she actually invites you after after you've talked and when you've decided to have her make another of the amulets.
Mhm.
So she invites you to come along with her, and
I will go because I want a distraction.
okay, so there's on the side of her tower, there's
I'll
that
go,
big
I'll go.
lever sticking
Mhm.
out that
Yeah,
says
there you go.
"Danger, do not pull." She just kind of jumps up, grabs on, and pulls it down with her weight, and a trapdoor seems like it springs out from under all of you, but you don't fall. And then you just kind of slowly start floating down.
Oscar does not like any of this.
And Blad is loving it.
So you start
doesn't know what to think.
slowly floating down.
If the ground leaves from underneath me, I am becoming a bird.
Okay. The ground definitely left from underneath you. But you didn't feel like it left from underneath. You definitely saw it though.
Yeah.
So
It freaked me out. My nerves are on edge.
so you start floating down slowly, and then the trapdoors go to close again. And sorry, I assume if you're flying down with them, stick with them and not trying to get
Yes.
caught outside. You just kind of barely slip through as the trapdoors close again behind you. And Fizzlepop is giggling at your reaction on your way down. and eventually you come down, and it kind of floats into the center of this very large room. It's very clearly a pocket dimension of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Can birds hyperventilate?
Possibly?
Okay.
I mean, I imagine so.
I will land on Skitters and
Burrow.
burrow into her
Okay.
hair.
Um,
I'm just
So it
gonna
kind of-
need a minute.
it kind of brings you down into this workshop, and like there's this floating orrery above you, and there's just all kinds of. It is a mess in here. This looks like you have walked in to a 4-year-old's bedroom in terms of how organized anything is here. And she kind of just roams around to different parts, and she thinks she's giving you an effective tour, but none of it makes any sense. Even to the magically inclined here, like there's no actual sense of organization here at all.
So it's like if Blatt was giving us a tour.
Yes.
I'm loving this. This is makes amazing amounts of sense to me, kind of, but not. I think it makes sense to me, and then when I get to the end of it, I'm just like,
It's a 4-year-old trying to show their aunt that they haven't seen in a year their toys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
well, I
this
can get
is-
behind that. Yep.
And so she shows you around. It's a very, very disorganized place, but she seems to know where everything is.
Sounds like Blatt's like mental state.
And then right next to where you landed, as you kind of floated down, there's another big lever that says return. And this one says danger on it as well.
Blatt will look at Fizzlepop with a look of, can I pull it? Or press it?
He just
Or
shrugs.
wide grin, yeah. Without hesitation.
So, Blatt, you pull this lever, and you just feel the floor lurch under you, and it kind of springs you up, and you go flying back up to the top. And you come up, you see the trapdoors plop open, and you fly out, and then you slowly float back down to the ground as the trapdoors close beneath
Right.
you.
As this thing fires them up, there's just that, from like all the cartoons when you get the there's that just lies like out of hearing or whatever. But it's one of glee, not of like fear.
And Fizzlepop at this point has kind of stopped paying attention to you because she's kind of in work mode and is focused on starting to get the things that she needs to
Can we
create.
get a
Yep.
mini? Can we get a mini one of these?
It'll take me a few days, but
We
maybe.
don't. It's not.
Oh, if she's not paying attention to Skitter, she's gonna just like take a little bit of junk with her.
Okay.
It's left around like garbage. So she's just
Yeah, it is just lying around.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do me a favor and just note under your gear
Yeah.
that you have 2 trinkets.
Okay.
I will figure out what those trinkets are when you figure out what those trinkets are.
Yep.
You always want to hear that from the GM.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So over the next couple of days, Fizzlepop is mostly focused on getting a pair of these amulets together. And essentially, so she keeps referencing the one that she already made before and comparing it to the new one. And then after that 2 days is up, she comes over to find you in the inn, which you have since learned wasn't abandoned, or wasn't empty because people weren't hungry and eating at that time of day. It's because nobody trusts Fizzlepop to make them food.
Oh.
Yes.
Well,
I wonder why.
And you also
Weird-
learned
weird
that
people. I'm totally going back there.
you also learned that this isn't actually the inn in the town, and the counselor who pointed you in this direction was doing it for the laughs.
oh, cool. Well, worked out for us. So,
But yeah, you are getting free food and board. You just occasionally grow antlers, or hair
Hey, baby.
turns blue.
I'm not a druid like sorry, so I don't get to like grow antlers normally. So this is fantastic. Black loves this.
So eventually,
Oh, as a side note, if she's willing to actually talk about it when she's not really busy with stuff, like like obviously she can only likely work on things for so long, and then she just like might chat about things. If she's willing to chat at any point, Blad is so asking about her illusion school magic. Totally.
okay. She gladly enthuses on.
It might be out of the hearing of everyone else in the group for sanity reasons.
Yeah, it is all of her magic is for the sake of pranks. She just has fun being silly. And you kind of get the feeling from talking to her that she's kind of just trying to escape from the things that happened to her and laugh it all away. But
Black
eventually
is
she does
likely well aware of that and will be supporting that by his enthusiasm.
she does eventually come to you with an amulet that will hold your enchantment. Yeah, and then if you just want to expand the willpower to cast the spell, you can essentially enchant this item.
And I would have spent the 2 days changing into various animals and figuring out which ones can't hear.
Okay. Cool.
Question: will this only hold a level 2 enchantment, or will it hold a level 3? Because I can level 3 it.
Let me actually see the spell that you want to use.
It's magical seal. It's just the power level you cast it at is the power level of the defense it gives you magically.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. But if she's designed the item to hold up to power level 2, it might not hold 3. He'd ask her before doing it because he doesn't want to break it.
So she's not certain.
In which case he will stick to a level 2.
Okay. She's certain it'll hold level 2. She just doesn't know if it'll hold any extra energy because she wasn't planning on that.
Yeah. In which case it might work, or the first time it defends itself, it might just go pop and expire, in which case he'll stick with a 2 just to be safe.
Okay. So you now have 2 of those amulets that offer 2 points of gear protection against.
Give the other one to Sin.
Okay. So who all has it? It's Sin and who?
Skitters.
Okay.
Yeah. My 2
Cool.
magic people. I'll put
Bring my willpower. All that willpower from the splatty whips thing is coming useful.
By the way, yeah, you can reset your attributes if you haven't already, because you've had time to sleep over these past couple of days as well.
Nice.
Cool.
Although occasionally you wake up to find like your room has turned into or looks like something else. But it's always benign. And sorry, in your case, occasionally it turns into a forest.
Oh, weird.
Because
okay
she's trying to make up for how stressed you seemed to be about the hair color thing.
Fair.
During this time, does my critical injury heal?
How many days did you have left on that?
On your toes.
3 days, so you're down to 1 day remaining on it.
Oh.
You can spend 1 extra day if you'd like. But
I mean,
Wait, I got that on the way to.
on the way in.
On the way.
yeah, the way into town.
Yeah, and then the day there,
And then 2 extra
and then
days.
2 extra days. So that was 3 days.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You heal it.
Good, it'll be healed by the
Your
time
your
you get
toes
back
are
in.
no longer broken.
Good.
You can unbreak your toes just in time to break them again.
Thank Paylor.
Just when you need to run if things go bad.
Seriously. In that time, I would like to refill my flask.
Cool.
Obviously.
Did you
And-
refill it from Fizzlepop's selection of alcohol? which she would have given you for free, or did you refill it from the bar, in which case you'd have to have done some labor around town to
It's
help
fun.
out?
I'm gonna roll a d6, and 1, 2, 3 will be fizzle pop.
Okay.
And 4 through 6 will be why is
What if
why-
it's super strong? What if it's a super strong liquor?
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the fun. Let's experience
super
out.
strong. Go.
All right, so it'll be from the actual bar,
Okay.
the actual inn.
Yeah.
How much will that
Let me
cost?
see. That's
So
for-
it just
how many days are we out?
while the
from
others are kind of
overcamp now?
scouting and relaxing a bit, they just asked you to kind of help out around the village.
Okay.
Dealing with some fishing tasks and hooking things up. You kind of learn a little bit about how, at least how to use their intricate kind of hook and wire based system for sending stuff around. As essentially you kind of spend the days hooking up goods like fish into these baskets that are hanging on hooks on these ropes, and then turning the cranks to kind of just send them around to different locations. And they've got this weird routing set up for like, hey, if you put it here and turn the crank this many times, it'll go here, and somebody
On
can
this-
unload it. That kind of weird thing.
Huh.
On the second night, I'm gonna ask the guards if they ever use it for purposes of target practice.
Occasionally we do. Oh yeah, and you were getting one of
glad to
Fizzlepop's
team up with
bows,
one.
right?
Huh? What was
So
that?
you were getting one of Fizzlepop's
Hey.
bows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sin, go ahead and add a new weapon on your character sheet.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna request, see if Fizzlepop can do this, to add a 6-pointed star on the handle.
Okay.
Just kind of carve it in.
Yeah, sure, she can do that.
Nice.
So
Fizzlepop bow.
yeah, call it Fizzlepop bow. It's two-handed, obviously, because it's a bow.
Can't wait to see the stats on
Skill is marksmanship. The bonus is +3.
Hell yeah.
this.
Damage 2.
Max.
Huh? Yeah.
Max 3.
Bonus is 3, so max is 3. And I'm sorry, no. Let's see. They've got it set up in a weird way here. Okay, weapon damage is the damage it does, so max is 3. Yeah, so you're good. And then features, it's parrying. So if something gets up to you while you have your bow out, you can use it to assist with kind of blocking.
Wow.
Because it's got some
Six.
reinforcements to help block.
This is
Anyway.
gonna get disgusting.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah, this is good. No, this is good.
When you bring in your like whole point blank puncture thing.
Especially when you combine it with the holy arrows I got.
Yeah,
Oh.
you might
I'm
need it.
not gonna hit anything. So
You might need it.
yes, you'll be hitting for 2.
Okay, so anybody else doing anything in these 2 days?
I think.
No. If I was like into the whole magic thing and stuff like that, then I'm probably fairly solidly busy for
Okay.
those days.
Okay, so yeah.
I'll try and help Skitters act like a person. We'll continue
Just out of
with our
curiosity.
lessons.
What talent is she using to create these items?
It's kind of a custom one. It's not an actual talent that I'm combining with Bowyer for essentially the more mechanical stuff, because a lot of this is kind of gears and stuff like that. If you'd like to get that, we can talk offline a bit about it.
Yep. It was more as to whether he understands enough of what she's doing to be able to then do similar within his own crafting skill knowledge for the imbuement of items.
Okay. Oh, for that part. Yeah, we can talk about that offline a bit.
Yeah, because that's something Black will never actually have done before, because nobody will have ever taught him. It's like, why
Okay.
would we teach a goblin how to make stuff like that?
Yeah, we can talk about making stuff that can hold magic a bit later.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't even know whether we'll have time for that to come up or be useful, but you never
But it's
know.
something I'm willing to allow you to do. So.
Yep.
Okay,
I
so
need to screw up more for more willpower.
so the next 2 days come up. You've got these the amulet now. I assume that you get some rest again after you get those.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your bow. So what would you like to do now? Are you heading off? Are you
Let's
going
get out.
north? Are you going south? What are you doing?
Just
Should
go
we just-
west.
Let's go west. Let's cut across this.
So you've got bridges right here and right here to get across there, so it's not going to impede you going across. They're more of Fizzle Pop's bridges.
Okay.
So they've got these complex mechanisms for lowering themselves, and especially the one on the far side, which is the larger part of the river. It's kind of got. It's not a traditional drawbridge that goes up, like folds up. It's more it raises and lowers to allow things to
So
go
extra.
through. Fizzle Pop is very extra. And
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
so-
I'll also note, since like at the very least, Skitters will have noticed this, since I hang about her more than anything. But sorry is likely to have noticed it just because she notices and will likely draw me odd looks. Instead of me having like open flames near me and stuff, you know, like when I'm like researching things or reading through books or reading through the chef book, because instead of a candle or an open flame, there's little hovering globes of light, like marsh lights, hovering around my head or near the books, which are definitely magical in nature.
Nice.
This is definitely a new thing, but they're hovering nearby and they work like a candlelight. And I'll go to look at something and it's slightly out, and the light will just hover over and hover near it. I'll flick something, and then when I glance back, it'll just hover back over what I'm reading.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and say so. This is going to be the morning day or the morning quarter day. So you managed to make it 2 hexes. So if you want to go, which are the 2 hexes you want to go to? Okay, so you make it across with no problem there. Okay, going into the day, because this will be the last daylight quarter day. Would you like to enter into the? Because you're close enough that you can enter into the tree line, or you can stay just outside the tree line.
Yep.
Is that what you're planning on doing?
Blat's open playing it safe
Yeah.
because they still don't know. We still don't really know what we're up against.
Oh,
yet.
by the way, go ahead and refill your food and water consumables if you haven't
what's
already.
our plan? To go around to where?
No,
There,
yeah, just
There.
Oh,
Okay.
and since this has now been this is now 5 days in total since the initial ogre thing,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
By this point at 5 days, Black should have something in his water skin
Okay.
of some form. In which case, at some point when Sin's just sitting, Black will sort of like walk up and he'll plunk himself down beside him, be like, "Hey, oh!"
yeah.
Rummage, 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 and he'll just hold out a flask. I've got absolutely no idea whether this will work or not, but if you want to know, ask a connoisseur. Hopefully it doesn't blow your head clean off.
Give me that.
Always comforting when Blatt says something like that.
Okay. Yeah, there's once we're away from like the
Sin, roll a d6 for me.
Me?
No,
No,
Sin.
Me.
Sin.
Sin?
Me.
Uh-oh.
Nope. 2.
Okay.
It wasn't a skull.
Sin, as you drink this,
Can I push it?
there's not really a thing to
Okay.
push here.
That's
So as
fine.
you drink this, it tastes like alcohol. Not the best alcohol, but it's alcohol. And is anybody watching him drink this?
Blatt
Yeah, I
is-
guess. Yeah, just
Blatt,
curious.
his tongue has turned blue.
I didn't add anything to this, so
Fine.
Go and tell him. It's fine.
I mean, you're.
Now, is this?
Like he's not gonna see.
Can
his
I
tongue
sense magic from the flask, or is this just the type of mushrooms I used?
You can sense some magic from what he's drinking, and it
Just-
seems like
Just
Fizzle
so
Pop
that
may
you
have.
know, that
messed with it a
wasn't
little.
me. It looks like little
if-
Miss Fizzlepop left a little
Sin,
bit of a thank
it's-
you.
Got kind of a blueberry aftertaste.
I look at you. And you got the alcohol part, but you didn't get the.
I mean, your tongue's not swollen or anything.
Oh, okay. I was okay.
No, it's just blue.
I mean, you got the alcohol part. It's just lacking. Because blueberry.
What?
I mean-
Blueberry?
And Blatt, you distinctly now remember at some point seeing Fizzlepop giggling over a thing of blueberries in a bowl.
Yeah.
At one point.
Dang it!
I mean,
I
it's-
wanted to.
This is
Wait a
more
minute.
like
she just
dwarven.
right?
Like,
Was she literally just
stuff,
making
but-
flavoring?
Basically.
So she hasn't
Well,
she
no,
hasn't
it's
affected
more
the alcohol.
Just
She's
yeah, she
just
hasn't
adding-
affected the alcohol. It's literally just turning the tongue blue. And whenever he's not drinking anything, because he can still taste the alcohol normally when he
Mhm.
drinks it, but the tongue just tastes like blueberries because it was turned blue.
Okay, but right. So it's got the kick, yeah.
I mean, it tastes more of like if a dwarf and
Gin.
an elf had a baby.
What? Come on, I was making alcohol on the road out of like fungal yeast.
I never said it's bad.
Yeah, so it should taste a bit like gin, yeah.
A very blue tongue.
It's like
I mean, at this point, it's just like it's
It's
like navy blue.
blue gin. It's blue gin. Yeah. I can't do a thing about the blueberries, mate. That wasn't me. That was Fizzlepop. Dang it. I'll make you another batch, and it won't be blueberries.
You know what? I'll still take it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything
well,
still
it was-
tastes
it-
the exact same as it normally would. It's just that when you're not eating or drinking something, you taste blueberries for a day.
Oh wow.
You're probably gonna be sick of the taste of blueberries.
Oh.
I take out the other flask and drink from
Yeah.
that. Just to,
Yeah, and you'll be fine. And then when the taste finally goes away, blueberries.
Yep.
Yeah.
that night, I am not keeping watch. I am out cold.
Okay,
Well,
so
At least we
wait.
know I can make you stuff when we're on the road.
so it is the evening quarter day.
While they're doing that, Skitters is just gonna go up to Blatt and sorry, and just like, now they're away. I got these things from her. Junk piles. Do they do anything? Or are they just pretty?
So the
There's a
things that Skitters
blink,
is
blink.
holding, the things Skitters is holding, one of them kind of looks like what we would recognize as a stress ball. The other one looks like a potion bottle with a bright yellow liquid in it.
Have a look at it.
Yeah.
Like magical sense wise,
What is
is it
it?
giving anything off, or is it alchemical?
It's alchemical.
I'm not sure I can tell what that is without having a poke at it, and
Go
we
ahead.
need. Well, yeah, but I need a lab for that. I assume I would need a lab by way of tools to do it safely, short of taking a taste and seeing if it
Yeah,
explodes or
pretty much.
poison. Yeah, it's like nah. It's like sure, you can take a taste and hope it isn't like acid or clothing dye or something.
I mean, you could also pop the cork off and sniff it.
Yeah.
If I can do that safely, I'll do so.
It smells like sulfur.
Oh shit! I'll put the cork back on it again. It's the first time you've seen Black actually be like, oh, woo. Like,
Black,
alright,
give
so,
me a lore roll, or anyone who might have any alchemical experience.
Actually, sulfur. You probably are used to sulfur because that's like Skitter's like base like tiefling scent is very sulfur. It's just it's covered with like whatever like terrible smell that she's.
So
acquired.
it smells like Skitters.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Do you want to push that?
Skitter smells
You're-
like she took a skitter.
Oh God.
Oh boy. Oh,
Oh, you got a success there though. Uh,
Well,
Fine.
Hey, it's a good way to build up willpower
it's
points,
probably
right?
alchemist's fire.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. See, when you said it's yellow and it kind of like smells sulfur, so I'm just like, it's probably alchemist. Yeah, right in the button. Right,
Well,
so yeah, his reaction is very much a oh shit, put the button back on, and it's kind of like he has that look of I'll keep hold of that.
Which Skitters, I'll dig up the stats for that a bit
Like,
later.
Right, no, he doesn't put it away, but it looks instinctual as in oh shit, I need to put that somewhere safe. He doesn't because it's technically yours, even though you stole it. But he's like, right, to be honest. Mishandle or break this, you're likely to set yourself on fire and you won't stop. Yeah. You know, like, you see those little things I occasionally make up and we throw them and they cause fire, right?
Yes. Yes.
This is the alchemical version. This doesn't stop.
that sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah. So if you're good at throwing stuff, and you've got like a reinforced potion belt or something, then put it in that. You don't want this breaking in your pack, or there'll be nothing left in your pack, and possibly a you.
Excellent. She smiles and she'll wrap it up in like a lot of the fabric and all the other stuff. She's gonna like just basically like stick it in the middle of her junk pile.
Okay.
Yeah,
You don't really have to worry. Like, it takes an impact for it to ignite.
Yeah.
Like somebody being hit with a sword.
Yeah,
or,
I
you know,
mean,
like,
well, she has,
slam
like,
into them.
She has like a little like metal bird cage on her back that she kind of like puts stuff in, so it's kind of like semi
Okay.
cushioned in there.
And then I can give you the
Just
stats
wrap
for
some
that
cloth around
later.
it.
Let me
She, like,
actually
puts
note
it
down.
in her stuff.
So yeah, you don't want to hurt with that. And holy shit, I've got an headache now. Damn it. So, yeah, if I could give you a little bit of a hint, don't take deep breath of sulfur. It hurts. Holy shit.
She's like Scares will open it and then like just sniff it. Like she'll like shrug a little bit and just cover it back up.
It actually looks like he's inhaled and like, you know, that whole sort of like burnt sinuses type look.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'll recognize that look. But obviously there's no actual visible damage.
Aw.
No,
Poor
there's a
Sorry.
glance at sorry with that look of now I know how you feel.
Poor Sorry.
It's like
Um,
tiefling. This is like tiefling perfume or something like that. This is what
Yeah.
this smells like.
So,
Holy shit.
what do you want to? It's now the evening quarter day. It's definitely night. You are just outside of the wood line, looking into this forest. Like even before the last light of day kind of starts hitting, like you see that same dark mist, and you can barely see into the forest that that Saria was talking about when she was scouting. So what would you all like to do for the evening quarter day? You are muted
you're
again.
no, I'm
or- Okay, now we can hear you.
Should we just rest and maybe like go in during the daytime? It's probably not going to matter too much, but it's probably easier. Would be
I
easier
mean,
for us.
I'm already
It's-
drunk, so
It's
Okay,
gonna be
I mean-
dark no matter when we
Yeah.
go in. But yeah, I know.
get ourselves now. We
Oh, let me Skitter's like let me gather some stuff. Maybe I can make some torches before we go in.
have torches as consumables, don't we?
Do we? Okay.
I think Sin has max torches. I don't know
Okay,
if
max
everyone
torches.
has.
Okay, we don't.
Yeah, made sure we got.
Yep. I'm at max torches as well.
Okay, max torches. Okay, never mind. Eat, rest up, and then we go in.
Okay, so we'll just go ahead and treat the evening and night quarter days as everyone getting some sleep and keeping watch and setting up camp and stuff.
Well, at some
It
point,
is now.
I will actually have a rummage and we'll, with some of the, I'll deliberately leave some of the mushrooms like out in the light type thing, and we'll note to people to, not, leave them out, don't pack them away and like don't, brush them away or anything like that. Leave them to be in the light for a bit, and I will re-prep another flask for making some more alcohol.
Okay. And we will go ahead and wrap up there, and then I guess next week we'll pick up with going into the Lost Forest, which will definitely be a safe experience that you're not doomed on. What? I'm sorry, did I say that? Okay,
It's
so
fine.
we're not dead yet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
not for
so
lack of trying.
thank you all for coming by to watch. Thank you all for coming by and playing. Thanks to the Greyhawk channel for hosting the game, and to Sirenscape for the background audio, though I'm not sure how audible it was. I need to test out my audio setup a bit better.
But same
And
from this side.
Okay.
Armadillos have very poor hearing.
okay,
Squashy
so
in
is
the
that
inside.
what you've
Nom,
gone
nom,
with?
nom, nom.
Okay, so we will be back same time next week from 5 to 8 PST, which is 8 to 11 Eastern, and we'll see you all later. Goodbye.
Bye.